I got released 11 years early. I came home 5 years ago. And when I came to my hometown, you know what I was met with? Nathan, you're a failure. Nathan, you're never going to change. Nathan, we know your past. All my hometown said, you're not qualified to be an inspirational speaker. You don't have the giftings. You don't have the vernacular that can communicate a message that can persuade a crowd or an audience to sway them to their opinion. And I said, you're right. I don't have any of those things, but I can outwork people because hard work works, and I can make good choices, and good choices have great results, and I can value people. I can learn to become a person when I walk into a room. I don't suck the life out of the room and make it all about me, but how can I interact with people to make people feel like they matter? Because people matter, and we all have a story. Make good choices, good things happen. Work hard, good things happen, and value people. And so 5 years ago, I took control of my life. When I got released, and I punched fear in the face, the fear of failure. I mailed out a packet all across the state of Indiana. 5 years ago, 100 schools. I mailed it out. One school called me in. I had worked. I had learned the idea of respecting my dream and giving it the time, the energy, and the appreciation. So when the opportunity arose for me to walk into another part of my position in life as a speaker, I walked in, I was prepared, I let it rip, I let it roll, man. The school for 90 minutes was like, what just happened? I'm talking like it was the most powerful. Teachers, administrators, instantly one school turned to 10, and 10 turned to 30, and 30 turned to 70. Last year, this dude from Indiana that comes from the brokenness, no silver spoon, no big endorsement, no big organization helping, grassroots, hard work, make good choices, value people. I did 135 schools last year. I became the #1 book school speaker in the nation. This current school year, I'm going to do over 243 schools from coast to coast, from Boston to Cali to Oregon to Florida and everywhere in between. Why? Because you make good choices, great things happen. Listen to me, man. I get passionate about these things, not because, you know what, this is just my job. Like, I live this, man. Like, I don't want any of you in here to have to go through and make the mistakes and the journeys that I made. Take control of your life. There's too much world out there for you to just exist. We are born to experience life. You were born to be better, to achieve better, to become better, so you can experience more. But just like my daddy told me when I was a kid, no one's going to spoon feed this to you. You've got to take control of your life. And that's just facts. And I know some of us in here, you're like, Nate, bro, yeah, man, you're right. But my community's already labeled me. People have already written me off. You don't know my story. You don't know about what's happened to me here. You're right, man. But I do know that you matter. And I do know that you have friends around you. And I do know that you have counselors and teachers and people surrounding you. And you don't have to do this on your own. You see, let me just ask this question. How many of you sitting in here, if you were honest with yourself, and all the noise and the distractions, right? Who cares about the opinions of people? Like, this isn't about them. This is about you and me, man. This is about, because see, when you create a moment of impact in your life, you see, the truth of the matter is, some of you could be like, man, that was really inspirational. And I mean, that was really motivational. And he's got me thinking, and man, that resonated to me. I feel like absolutely all of my hurts and my pains, like I can persevere. I can push through. I know I want to take control of my life. I'm not satisfied. Listen, motivation's great, right? But see, motivation is outside of you. Motivation comes from moving and working parts. Motivation comes from others' dreams and others' visions and other people. Motivation is great to help you get going, but motivation is the word motion and movement. And slowly when things begin to move, things will slow down by attrition of the forces of gravity and energy and elevation and resistance. Motivation can't be where you stay and where you leave at this assembly, right? Because I promise you, I'll leave and we'll rip and we'll run and you'll walk through those doors. You're like, man, that was real. That was powerful. But the life is fast paced. Things get busy. Things get distracted. You can't stay at motivation. You've got to take the moving parts of motivation and internalize this thing and make it inspiration. Make it internal. Say, you know what? I'm passionate about this, because change takes intentional choices to be different. And if you don't change some things about you, even though you're like, man, I'm up talk hit me, man. Nothing's going to change unless you take control of your life.